Welcome back, everyone. Arizona is working to find its way back to a new normal, of course, and that includes getting ready for the new school year. Now, we know classes will resume in the fall with a lot of changes in place to protect our students, teachers, and staff. Districts are still working on those plans. But last week, we reported about a new study that shows almost 50% of Arizona parents aren't very comfortable just yet sending their kids back to class so soon. So some parents are looking at the options of homeschooling. And if they do that, how can you balance all that with working? Some families also with parents still working from home. So to help us out this morning is homeschooling mom and entrepreneur, businesswoman Jessica Mead. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. And I know this is such a wide range of where do you even begin, but parents are looking at the different options. How do you know if homeschooling is right for your kids if parents don't want the traditional going back to class just yet?
Well, I think you need to kind of evaluate where your family is at. If you're not comfortable with sending them back, then you need to take the summer and figure out what your child's learning style is, what type of homeschooling you think you might want to focus on. I think a lot of families don't realize there's so many great styles of homeschooling out there. I think what we need to do is we need to realize we live in a reactionary society and we need to control that mindset and shift the family mindset to a more positive and growth mindset. And by doing that, we can evaluate our family flow, what's going to work for us. If you need to work in the morning, let your kids rest. Rest is the best thing for their immunity. Get your work done in the morning, then take the afternoon hours, which are your kids' best hours, work with them. And then if your spouse can help, figure out what works best for your family.
We have heard that morning hours is when kids are most awake and most ready to learn. For us in here in Arizona, we're still trying to figure out what this school year will look like as districts are figuring that out. What is your advice when it comes to being able to balance it all, though? You know, we've learned our child's learning style. Maybe we know that, but where do we begin from there? Should you be on a timetable? Should you be on a schedule like at home? How many hours? Those types of questions.
That's a good question. So, with homeschooling, you're not in a classroom with 20 or 30 other kids, so your retention is far greater. I think with elementary age school kids, you only need about an hour to an hour and a half to really focus on it and incorporate the things that you need them to retain. I would also suggest maybe focus more on learning based interests. You're not on anybody else's clock, so you're able to adjust it to whatever works best for your family. And if you have a family conversation about what the goals are, what the parents need to accomplish, what you expect from them, it eases that anxiety and fear about how it's going to work.
Kids are stressed right now because they also, I know my kids keep asking me, so are we going to school? Do we have to wear a mask? These are just questions we still don't know as well. What's your suggestion on calming kids down and letting them know if you have to go to school at home for a little while, we'll make it through it?
Well, I would say the first thing is just to like breathe and relax and know that no matter what you do, everything you do during the day with your child, life skills, conversational skills, relationship skills, this is all educational. And I would just explain to them that right now we don't know where we're headed, but no matter what as a family, we're going to get through this. So just comfort them, let them know that you're there for them, and have an open line of communication. There's not much clarity with where the school districts are going in all of the states. And so that creates confusion, especially if they're talking with friends. Are we going to see our friends? What is that going to look like? So I think keeping an open line of communication about the possibilities and just shifting away, maybe create some really fun summer plans, create some mini camps, go on little mini trips, try some different homeschooling styles over the summer and see how they work for your family.
Okay, great advice. Like I said, I know this is a topic we could talk about forever. So
Oh, yeah.
went online and I was looking at all the tips you were offering. So I appreciate your help, and especially I know you mentioned talking about their interests. What interests them? You know, we may think you need to do math, you need to do reading, you need to do spelling, but what drives them, and that can help find that balance in making the child want to learn, right?
Absolutely,
All
absolutely.
right.
It's a really great opportunity to teach them things like financial literacy and good debt, bad debt. Our 8-year-old son has a business. Help them understand what all those things look like. The simplest things from cooking with them, math
Ah,
and
yes.
chemistry, things like that. So there's lots of ways to incorporate and kind of ease them into it.
We can teach every day in our households, that is for sure. Jessica Mead, thank you so much for your expert advice. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a good day.